I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Natural Resource Board for Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. If I could, can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have roll call?
Yes. Mr. Stadelman.
I am here.
Dr. Carrier.
I am here by Zoom.
Thank you. Ms. Callahan.
Present via Zoom.
Ms. Lovell.
Present.
Dr. Mosbleck. It was noted she may be a little late. Okay. Ms. Valenzuela.
Present via Zoom.
Mr. Bradley.
Present.
Ms. Ware.
Present.
Mr. Carano.
Present.
Thank you.
Everybody's here. Thanks for everybody coming tonight. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes first for January 4th?
I make a motion to approve the minutes of January 4th.
I second.
And can we get a voice vote for aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then can I get a motion to approve the minutes for February 1st?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for February 1st.
I second it.
Can I get a voice vote for aye?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes are all passed. We'll move on to item 5, announcements. Item A, Tree City USA designation. And I think this is our 3rd year in a row. And are you doing a presentation on that?
Not really a presentation, just an announcement that it is our 30th year. Correct.
Wow.
Wow.
Actually, we've had it much longer than that. There was a break in between where we didn't get the certification, but consecutively the last 30 years.
That's fantastic. So, and that means we're looking out for our trees, the city of Sebastian in the area, and I know everybody complains about the trees, but I go to cities every day that chop down all their trees. So it's a big difference. They're sometimes inconvenient, but they're very necessary. And you can get free trees right now. So just call in and get your free trees. Does anybody have any comments on item 5, announcements?
The free trees are available through the Pelican Island Audubon Society. I don't want anyone to think that they're available through the city.
Oh, that is correct. Through the Pelican Island Audubon Society, you can get your free trees. Okay, any other comments on Tree City USA designation? Congratulations, Sebastian. We'll move on to item 6, public input. Is there any public input on Zoom?
No one has raised their hand.
And anybody in here? Wait a second.
She may be public.
Maybe? One public person? Member of public? Was that lady wanted to speak in public, or?
Trying to get in the room.
Gotcha.
It's tricky. Sorry. Okay.
We were just asking for public comment if you were having a public comment. Did you have any input? No? Okay, that's okay. Okay, nothing on Zoom, nothing in public, so thank you for your participation. We'll move on to item 7, new business. All right, we have 2 things tonight. We have a guest speaker. I hope I say your name right, Kima Linderman from Pelican Island Green Team. Did I say that right? And we will take it away, Ms. Linderman. It's you.
Ms. Lindemann is also Miss Elite Sebastian USA?
Now I'm Elite Miss Florida.
Miss Elite Florida?
Yes,
Awesome.
formerly Miss Sebastian. I was invited by Miss Ruth Callahan, and she wanted me to talk to you about a program that we're running at at Pelican Island Elementary. I have an after-school group called Eco Troupe. I run it with one of my fellow fifth grade teachers. It's an empowerment group for girls, but of course we also focus on the environment. One of our students was telling us about a project that her grandmother was doing with their church, where they were taking the shopping bags that you would get from Walmart, Publix, the ones that can't be recycled, and they were turning them into sleeping mats for the homeless. So I thought that was a great idea for our girls to get into, not only because we are an environmental science school, but also it would get our girls involved in something that could help our city, could help our local ecosystem, because we also work closely with the Audubon Society as well. So I have also invited someone to come show the finished product. So our girls have been working really hard over the past few weeks. I had sent some photos to Ms. Callahan. I wasn't sure where to share them of my girls, not only my girls, but some of my other fifth grade classes as well, where people from the town have been donating bags. They bring them to my house, they bring them to school. My parents have been bringing them. I've got thousands and thousands of bags. Each mat takes 700 of those grocery bags to create. We flatten them, we fold them, we cut them into pieces, we cut them into rings, and just last week we started to make them into the thing called plarn, which is plastic yarn. So I don't know if, Miss Monica, did you want to come show them some of the things that we have? So we just started making the plarn last week, kind of giving my girls a break this week, so we're actually going to be doing some weeding and planting projects within our school this week. We needed a little break from the bags. But they had a really good time last week just making this plarn and putting these pieces together, and where they're finally seeing what this can look like. So, and do you want to tell them who you actually work with and give these to? Because we don't know how to crochet, at least not yet. So we gave all of our yarn, our plarn, to this group of ladies. And this is what it turns into. All of the extra pieces of bags that get cut off are used in the pillow, so no piece of it goes to waste. So this is what it looks like. This is at least 700 bags. So it's a good project. It keeps the bags out of our streets, out of our waterways, out of the landfill. And we would love to have more people get involved with it.
That whole thing is made out of a bag? It looks like it's knitted out of yarn or something.
Yeah, this is our plarn. So this is what our girls, it's a very long process. It doesn't sound like it would take a long time, but each individual bag, if we were just going to flatten it, cut it, and weave it into that, just the yarn, takes quite a few minutes just for a bag, for one
And
little
then
bag.
how do you attach them to each other?
That's more of her expertise. It's crocheted with actual crochet hooks.
Miss, could you state your name for the
Yes.
record in the microphone? just so
Yes,
we
my
know who
name's
you are?
Monica Bradley.
Monica Bradley, thank you for coming.
Yes, and we were introduced to this a group of women. We were a group of women at a meeting, and a lady, she introduced making. Can you drop this? She introduced making the mat to us.
Try it one more time, sorry.
Okay. She introduced making the mat to us.
All right. I can't believe it's all plastic.
And what's it stuffed with?
And
The leftover bags.
And I discovered the pillow. I said, you know, we have this left over, the scraps, and we have the broken bags left over. So I decided to stuff it, make a pillow and stuff it, and then attach it to the mat, so we have a mat. And this is for the homeless. We do this for the homeless. The service project that we do.
It looks like a good outdoors type product for camping people. I mean, maybe something there for a minimal viable product. And
Yeah, it's very easily washed,
we touch it?
obviously. It's a lot thicker and heavier than you would imagine.
Hi, this is Ruth. Can you all hear me?
Smells like cheeseburger.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I wanted to just say, I'm sorry, I wasn't feeling great today, so I'm on Zoom instead of in person. I really wish I could be there. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. One of the things that I saw a post that Kima had made on Facebook, and immediately thought about our Sustainable Sebastian initiative and our goals for reducing single-use plastic. And here she is, working with the Eco Troupe. My thought was not only to let everybody know that this group exists, and Kima, I'd love for you to explain a little bit more about the Eco Troupe. I understand it's existed for a while, but I'd love to hear a little bit more about that so that everybody is aware that it exists, and one of the projects they're working on, which is right along the lines with our Sustainable Sebastian initiative. And then secondly, one of the things that I had to look up, was I was not aware of Miss Elite, whether it's Sebastian or Florida, and I think it's great that you've had that achievement, but I was thinking that for those who might be interested in just knowing a little bit more about that, if you would be so kind as to give us a little background about that and share that for the group. And thank you again for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Does anybody have any additional questions right now?
Well, I'm totally in awe of this project. I just can't believe the skill involved and the fact that you even came up with this idea. And I congratulate your class for taking on this project.
They've actually really enjoyed it a lot more than even the boys jump
Yeah.
in, and they have been volunteering to help do this at the end of the day during dismissal. It's really quite cute. Like I said, I sent some photos to Ms. Callahan so she can share those. So you can see them getting involved.
Or even put it on our website, Kim. Yeah.
I took some pictures so I could post. So how can we help? Do you need more bags? Can we? I crochet, I can help. Yeah, I did a mat, like a doormat, but it did not look that great. You're very skilled. It is not an easy thing to work with, and you have to use a really large needle, right? That really big, yeah.
Yes.
So I'm sure they make it look easy. It's very tedious to do. And that was just a doormat. It took me forever, so.
Yeah, it's time consuming, yes. it
So
is.
how many of these have you made so far?
So we started before COVID, so we were, it's about 30 some. We used to, before COVID, just donate them to the Source and Bureau. Right now, we teach class on Tuesday and Thursday at the UPS United Against Poverty in River County. On Tuesdays from 1 to 3 and Thursdays from 11 to 1. And we teach classes there. And also we have a class that we teach at a clubhouse on 90th Avenue, out 60, on Mondays at 11:30 to 1. So,
Monica, this is Jessica. Who do you work with to distribute the mats once they're finished?
How do you distribute them once they're
okay,
finished?
so since I've been doing it at the UPS,
United
building.
Against Poverty.
Yes, the home is going in and out there. So we ask if they want to participate in making them, so they'll feel, like they've done something. But if they don't, we just give them out, whoever's in need of one. We did about a couple during Christmas, the month of December, and I've only been there since December. So,
But how many women are actually crocheting them?
Excuse me?
How many women are actually crocheting them?
I'm sorry. So we have about 5 women. So now.
So are you looking for more women to do that?
Sure, yes. Yes, it's
Because
kind of
we have
difficult.
several knitting groups in Sebastian.
Okay.
I bet that some of the senior center would love to help with.
Yeah, and also
out.
there's a knitting group that meets at Riverside, the Riverside bookstore that used to be Squiddly's. They meet there all the time, and they make caps for cancer patients, so. I'm
I
sure
heard about the knitting, but I haven't heard anyone that.
They crochet there too.
Okay, great, wonderful. So I'm just by word of mouth right now. Whoever knows how to do it, I just get them a ball, because after we connect the squares, we put them in a ball, looks like yarn, and we give them to the ones that's crocheting. And then it takes this is a smaller mat for a younger person, but we try to do 3 by 6, that covers a very tall individual. So, but this is the one that I have left over, and the one that I'm, modeling to whoever, to my classes and everybody.
How many bags does it take to make a mat?
So I'm not sure.
It's at least 700 for a mat. It depends on the size, yeah.
It always depends on the size. I know about 6 balls to a 6-foot mat.
So who would we contact if we had some people that were interested in helping
Oh,
you?
yeah, you would contact me.
Can you?
I'm the Monica, the bag lady, or the mat and pillow lady for right now. Yes, you would contact me.
Do you have a phone number we could use?
I'll share the information on our Facebook page
Okay,
and solicit.
great. That'd be great, because I think even with I'm part of the art club, and I know there's a lot of members that probably would be interested in that too.
Yeah, I've been trying to, I was so thankful she invited me to come, because I've been trying to, get into the schools. Sebastian High School, the seniors for volunteer hours and everything. I sent the video footage, but they haven't gotten back with me. I'm kind of busy, I guess. But also, I'm going to John Carroll. I have a meeting with them on March 10th. And also, after-school students at Gifford Youth Activity Achievement Center in Gifford on March 7th. The after-school students there, I'm introducing it to them. So I'm trying to get many hands on deck, because, there's a need. So I feel that, all hands could help.
Right, even if it's not the crocheting, the
Preparing.
flattening, the folding, the cutting.
Yes, we can have us assembly line, everybody don't want to crochet, or everybody don't want to cut, they can flat, just have it roll on. And everybody works.
This is Jeff. This is Jeff Carrier. I hope you can hear.
Yes, sir.
Following up on what Ruth said, it seems to me with Earth Day coming up and the theme of sustainable Sebastian, it would be absolutely wonderful if you had some sort of display there, not only to show what you've done and what can be done with these bags, but perhaps this demonstration would inspire others to think of creative uses of products that otherwise, as you point out, wind up in landfills, and a way to avoid it. It's just pretty creative in my mind. So I wonder if perhaps Mr. Hagler can assist you with the thoughts of perhaps having a table and demonstrating some of this. Earth Day's coming up next month, and it would certainly be something that I think would be inspirational to people to see that something as problematic as these bags can be put to an extremely good use. So I thank you for your appearance tonight.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Carrier.
And yeah, I'm going to give her our card, and I know that UPS participates in Earth Day every year as well. And maybe we can combine it with their booth or make it an activity. So we'll discuss what we can do, because we can put out a table, make it a children's activity to make the plarn, help do that part. Mm-hmm. So I think it's Dr. Carey's right. It's a great reuse activity, great use of plastic bags. We'd like to see them all go away, but they aren't going to go anywhere. So we might as well learn to do something else with them.
Yes.
Are there any other questions from those participating online from our board?
Hi, this is Ruth. I was still hoping that Kima would explain a little bit more about the Eco Troupe and a little bit about Miss Elite Florida and what that is about.
Okay, sure. Well, our Eco Troupe, we are an environmental school of science at Pelican Island Elementary. So Eco Troupe was started by me and my fellow fifth grade best friend. And what we do is, what we found was our girls in our area are in great need of a strong female support system and people to look up to. So we decided to combine the idea of our environmental services, which we, like I said, before we were working with the Sebastian or the Indian River Audubon Society, and we kind of combined the two, where we're teaching girl empowerment, and we're teaching them how to use things like power tools and how to use their voices and work with each other, how to make friends, because it seems like a very easy thing to do. But our girls don't have those kind of people that can show them how to do this. So we started this group, and we only have it 1 day a week, 1 hour after school, so it's not a lot of time. And this was a project that we thought that would be a good thing for them to do. They're learning how to work together. They're, like she had suggested with the assembly line, we have assembly lines, they have to work together to be able to do this. And not only that, but they're also now getting to see the impact of their work. So that's what our Eco Troupe does. We do all kinds of things with nature. We might make crafts with nature. We're working in our flower beds tomorrow at our next meeting. We're doing this for our homeless. We're making art out of found objects. Like we take all the bottles from water, and we're actually making I'm hoping I'm saying their name right, the Chihuly blown glass chandelier types. So we're making some art projects with it. So it's really interesting. It's a brand new concept. We're kind of winging it as we go, and we're just kind of figuring out where it's going. So, but that is our plan right now. And as far as my Elite Miss Sebastian, well, now Elite Miss Florida, what this is it is a community-based, well, depending on where your community is. What we do is each girl that has a title, we all have a platform that we work with, and my platform is not only the Indian River Audubon Society, but also my Eco Troupe girls. So I've kind of combined the two, and those are my platforms.
Great. That's really awesome. Thank you.
Can I ask you another question about Earth Day is the 23rd of April?
Yes.
And last year we had the Sebastian Charter School do a poster contest, and we would love to have another school involved in the poster contest. If you think your group would be interested in doing an eco-related Earth Day poster contest.
Our girls are always interested in doing posters, so whatever we can do, and we were planning on attending at any rate, even if it was for a litter cleanup, we were going to be attending anyway. As many of our girls as we can get anyway.
So would I contact you about the details?
Yes, you can contact me or figure out, and
I'll send out the contact information for this project to everyone.
Great, thank you.
yeah, of course.
I'm Donna.
Thank you.
I'd really like to add how important the Eco Troupe, when they first were founded in 2000, they actually raised the money to purchase the back behind Pelican Island Elementary. They purchased that land through fundraising, just a group of kids.
Wow.
Purchased that land because there were scrub jays living on it, and they wanted to conserve it from development. And that little piece of property still always houses at least 5 families of scrub jay.
Yeah.
And it's such an important piece of the scrub jay habitat that connects to bring them out here to the conservation area that I think that the Eco Troupe is a part of Sebastian's environmental history as much as Paul Craigle at this point. So we're really happy to have you here and hear that they're still doing good work. Thank you.
Trying, and yes, the scrub jay habitat is also on our list. We're still trying to rehab that.
Yep. Yeah, they're putting new fence up. I saw it. Looks real nice.
Do you get to keep the crown?
It's mine. I'm hoping to trade it in for a national one come August, but if not, then I'm still Miss Florida.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Really
Thanks for
appreciate you
coming.
Thank you very much. Okay. We will move on to item B. Thank you for coming, Ms. Linderman. Item B is Pelican Island Anniversary Celebration. National Wildlife Refuge Anniversary Celebration. Being held at the Refuge on Saturday, March 12th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we're looking for NRB to participate, it looks like.
You don't have to, but every year it's an option, so I always ask if the Natural Resources Board wants to participate. Of course, this event is different, but they have saved a spot for the NRB because we're always a part of their event, and it's not going to be vendor oriented like it has been in the past. So, you know, that's for everyone to vote on, and if you vote on it, it's not like Earth Day. It's not an all hands on deck thing. We usually divide it up. No one spends the whole day there. We always divide it up between like 4 or 5 people so that everyone just stays a couple hours. And actually, it'd be kind of nice. They're doing guided tours on the trails out there. If you never really spent a lot of time out there, it'd be a great opportunity to get out there. So I just need to know that all the time slots will be filled, at least 4. I'm thinking two in the day and 2 in the AM, 2 AM, 2 PM. We'll split it in half. As long as I have those spots filled, then we'll do a booth and we'll have our brochures and things out there. And
Okay, well, let's see if the board wants to participate. It's an actionable item, so I'll need a motion to approve the Natural Resource Board participation in the Pelican Island National Wildlife Refuge Anniversary for March 12th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Can I get a first motion? Is anybody online as well?
Charles, are you going to look for people who maybe to volunteer first? I mean, it's not that I'm not liking the idea, but I already have plans with friends in town, so wouldn't it make sense to see who is available?
I would definitely be available.
so it'd be like 2 time slots. We look at 10 to 1 or 1 to 4.
I might be available. This is Alessandra. I might be
Okay.
available.
So it's me, Alessandra. Anybody else available?
I'm included in that, so if you get 3,
there.
one
That's 3.
slot's mine.
Anybody else? Well, we still have to motion on it anyhow.
Well,
It's
the motion is really who wants to participate, and as
Yeah.
long as we get the time slots filled, then we'll do
I
it.
can do it as long as it's in the morning, yeah.
Just the 10 to 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we participate in the anniversary celebration at the Pelican Island Refuge on March 12th from 10 to 4.
I'll second that motion. And can we get a voice vote to approve with an aye to approve?
Aye.
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 Any nays to disapprove? Okay, the ayes have it, so we are going to participate, and you have your participants so far. And between now and then, I'm sure you're going to be sending out emails, and they don't have to be members of the board to volunteer as well either. We can have other people come in, like I could bring one of my sons, right?
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
just
we need to
standing
we need to be there, like, we need
there.
to
I have
have,
backup volunteers.
right.
I
We need to be
made
there
them.
to answer the questions about our programs.
They'll volunteer. Okay, is there any other, anybody have anything to say about new business, item 7, item A or item B? And again, thank you, Mr. Linderman, for coming and speaking in front of our board, and we really appreciate what you're doing out there, and thank you for being a teacher, and it's just a really special thing that you do. Thanks a lot. Okay, we'll move on, if there's no other comments, to item 8, old business. Item A, Indian River Lagoon Aquatic Preserves Leave No Trace Program Support. I on that is the Spoil Island adoption.
So that was the first item that we discussed interest in, and there was an island available that was pending adoption, and unfortunately, it was taken. And they don't tell you who. I did email her asking her if that was something we could partner with the organization on, if she could reach out to them, and if they wanted to, they could reach back. Irene has been out of the office recently, so she hasn't gotten back to me on that, but I don't know why someone wouldn't want someone to help them. You know, it seems like it's an awfully big island. So hopefully we'll hear back on that. And
Maybe they'll back out if they're watching, and they'll let the city of Sebastian have the island.
they also left me some materials last week, and I didn't get a chance to distribute or let anyone know. So we have these bags that are great.
Lobster bags.
I know they look, but you can put the trash in at the top, but then the bottom unzips.
Oh,
You know, so you can use it for
Great.
beach garbage, and the sand will fall through the mesh, and then you don't have to handle it. You just unzip it and dump it right into the garbage
Good
can.
idea.
It saves all those plastic bags from beach cleanups. I have a whole case of these.
Wow.
Yeah, so we
Got
don't ever
something to
have to
give
use
away.
plastic bags for cleanup again. And if anyone has a boat or likes to go out and do beach cleanups, you're welcome to have a couple. We have a whole case. And of course, we're gonna keep some on hand for cleanups, but I would definitely like to get them in the hands of people that will use them. So, they left me a whole bag of materials here. Some brochures and things that we can put out, I already have out at City Hall, but I have a bunch of these. These are plastic cards with the leave no trace ethics on them that are waterproof. And I thought these are great, like we could bring them with some zip ties and go to kayak rentals, boat rental places, just the places in Sebastian, like at Hiram's, and ask them if we can zip tie them onto the zipper on the life jackets and on some of the equipment so that they already have this in their hand. You know, I think that would be a great outreach idea. So if anyone's interested in helping with that, reach out to me. I will include it in an email this week. But I'd really like to, you know, the NRB can buy the zip ties and we can get them attached. I'm sure no one's going to be like, no, we don't want to protect the environment. But I think that would be a great way to get a lot of these out in a place that they're going to make a difference. Or if anyone has any other ideas, but I have,
How about the power boat?
I have a bunch.
How about the power boat group? Would they hand them out?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be at they're using the building this coming Saturday, I think.
The what group?
It's the power boat squadron that they teach boating safety things, and they use that building.
neat.
They use that building like every quarter to teach boat safety and stuff. So I can take them to them. I can take a bunch of them to them so they can.
Yeah, that's great. And if they have you know, I just don't want them to be sitting somewhere. And I like the idea of like getting them zip tied to equipment for tourists, you know, who don't know the challenges at our spoil islands. That's a great way. I have tons. That's a great way to get some out to people for sure. So anyway, I'll put that in an email this week, and anyone who's interested, I'll make a couple stops out with you, and we can see if we can get it attached to some life jackets. I think it's a great way to go.
And does anybody have any additional comments on the Aquatic Preserves Leave No Trace program support? Anybody online? Okay, we will, go ahead.
I personally would love to have a couple of those bags.
Absolutely.
And can catch it at the next meeting or something.
Yeah, you can come by anytime.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I would love to stick in with our kayaks.
Yeah, we have about, they left a giant box,
Oh,
a
good.
whole big case of them. And of course, we're going to keep a lot for our cleanup events because they're fantastic. But, you know, let's get them in the hands. I mean, any of us that recreate on the water that can use them, be great.
Hey, Kim. Sorry, I don't know. Kim, can you hear me? This is Nikki.
Yeah.
Yes?
Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure if my mic was working. I have cleanups on a pretty regular basis with some of my green team from the high school. I would love to have a couple bags if there's some available.
You
Thanks.
can have 10?
Oh, 10, I don't need that many. I think 5 would be plenty.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah. Thank you.
I have a case.
I mean, I guess I will take whatever you can't give away, but I'm sure that other people can.
Anytime you want to come by, let me know.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Huh?
Thank you, Dr. Mosblet. Is anybody got any additional comments online? Okay, if not, we will move on to item B, Earth Day and Arbor Day celebration planning. Yay. And item by item discussion by our illustrious Ms. Hagler.
Yep, that's me. The applications were out last Friday. We immediately got applications, so we already have, let's see, 33 vendors and organizations signed up, and 3 food concessions at this point. Let's see, we have of our organizations participating so far, and I expect more because I've talked with some people. They just haven't gotten their application
Last week,
in.
it seems like they all pile in.
Yeah, they kind of do all at the end. And some of them are dividing their people between us and Oxbow. So that's definitely a planning consideration for next year. We have the Solid Waste Disposal District. We have Sebastian Inlet State Park, Keep Indian River Beautiful, the Aquatic Preserves Program, and Mosquito Control District at this point.
Oh, good.
So going over the list, a lot of things have been checked off here. With the vendors, Ron, again, you've never met. We should have him come to a meeting at some point because you should really meet this guy. But he handles, and you have no idea how many there are, vendor and communications. For every one vendor, there's like 20 emails associated with it. So he handles the vendors, he organizes them, he puts them all on a nice table with all the questions so they're easy to reference for us, and we could not do this event without him. That really was a huge part that Rose did.
Oh,
That was
no, not
too
that
time
part.
consuming when I did it the next year. And I'm just incredibly thankful for Ron's assistance on this. And he's from the Leisure Services Department, and yeah, he's indispensable to our efforts. So we've sent confirmation emails to all the applicants. We did that yesterday, but we're gonna start doing them on Fridays. So we get so many submitted that we just wait till Friday, we put them all on the table, make sure their applications are complete, and then we send them all one email that just says their application's complete and that they'll be receiving vendor packets. Yeah, the vendor packets will be out by April 15th. The environmental organizations, I created a list of contacts. There were a lot of them I emailed. If there's any organizations, nonprofits, there's many I didn't even contact. I mean, I couldn't possibly name them all and come up with contacts for all of them. So if there are any that any of the members are affiliated with and would like to see participate, please reach out. And the applications are online. So all you have to do is send them a link to the website. We have Waste Management. It's going to be doing the recycle event again with the shredding and electronic disposal at Barber Street, and the ads for that are going to be going into the utilities paycheck next month. So, so that's set. And then Art Club, Donna, you want to give an update on that?
Yes, we are already signing up our artists. I think we have about 20 artists that are going to participate in the art show. And I have not reached out yet to, this week to Sebastian Charter. I have to get materials from you first before I go over there. I want to give them a pile of sustainable Sebastian stuff that maybe they can incorporate part of that into their
inspiration material.
Into their posters. Sure. So, but everything's on, and I've got the girls that are agreed to do the face painting again, so we're good. We're in good shape.
All right, great. Someone had reached out wanting to sell their face painting. I'm like, we have artists doing face painting for us. We don't pay for it. So we're really thankful. The faces looked amazing last year. It was so cool. It was such a great addition, partnering, I think, with the Lagoon Art Show, and all the women from the art club are wonderful. And I love seeing the kids' posters. That's great.
This time I'll bring them back to you.
Next time we scan them. We get
to see them.
So we can post them and make them stars.
I know.
Keep Indian River Beautiful, the new contact on that is Michael Ansley. I might actually get him, reach out to him and get him to come out, introduce himself as the new president of Keep Indian River Beautiful. Daisy's still affiliated with them, but she stepped back from that role, and Michael Ansley is in charge now. So I haven't spoken to them directly, but they are participating in the event, and I do not know. I expect they will still be hosting a cleanup, but I have not gotten confirmation from them on that yet. So the fire permit, we can mark that Done. Ron did it today. I just signed off on it. Again, Ron, a superstar. We don't deserve him. The food vendor permit is something we don't do until we have all of our food vendors and we submit their licensing. So that's moving along, and that, again, is something Ron handles, and I help him compile this information. Entertainment, you'll see on the last page of the packet, you'll see the entertainment schedule. It's set. We have Jason Nail, the Golden Ukes, and Robert Johnson Band again this year. And we're doing the World Tai Chi Day demonstration to open the ceremony, I think is really awesome, especially when they get out those swords. It's pretty cool. And so we're really thankful that's set. Thanks to Brian O'Neill for participating, for still organizing the entertainment for us. The raffle, we need volunteers day of to organize the raffle. I think we did one last time. We realized we needed 2 people to do it. Can I just get 2 that can sign for the day of?
Hey, Kim, I did ask or mention to the Boys and Girls Club volunteers that they could also help with that activity.
That would be great. That would be a great volunteer task. And we give them the table. If we help receive the things, and they can just, because I think that it took 2 of you away from the table and talking to people a lot. And that's a good idea, Ruth.
And Kim, I'm also available too.
Okay.
And this is Nikki. I'd be happy to help kind of pass them out. Last year, Jessica, I think it was you and I. It worked really well we were actually sending messages, like text messages, out to the winners to kind of get them to come over because they weren't hearing their names announced or the numbers announced.
Yeah, I think
really
we need
good.
to definitely set the expectation of when to come get your prize. I don't think if that was, maybe we can be a little bit more clear on that. But yeah, it ended up being, I think, you and I, and then Ruth kind of filled in too. So it actually was a lot of work.
Yeah.
But next time you can text using my work tablet, so we can text from there so that you're not using your personal phone for that.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be better.
great.
And then if they respond back to it the next day, I can still give it to them if they want,
That's great.
Because I used the tablet for the scavenger hunt last year, so I couldn't use it for that, but now we can do that.
Do we have our volunteer for the gopher tortoise?
We'll use volunteers for that. I have it highlighted because I need someone to say that they're going to come and get the stuff for the burrow, because I do not have room to put that stuff. It's just cumbersome. So someone has to come and pick it up before the event and then bring it back after the event. It's not about running it the day of. I just need someone to say that they'll come pick it up because I don't have room in my car for it.
Yeah, this is Jeff. I'll lend my truck to the cause, pick it up, take it back, and whatnot. But as long as you'll find somebody else to...
You don't want to be the tortoise?
Wait, yeah. Somebody else gotta be
Come on, you want to be the tortoise. Be the tortoise.
we need a new tortoise.
He injured his knee. I don't think it's good for him.
I know I heard Alexandra. I thought she had stepped forward and... Did anybody hear that? No? I guess not.
Did I hear
We'll
that?
see.
What? Crickets?
What was that?
It's okay. We're just teasing. We ain't got to worry about somebody manning it until the day of, right? And we can always get somebody there.
Yeah, they'll
Okay.
be volunteers.
Thank you, Jeff,
I think
Dr. Carrier, for picking that up.
And this is Ruth. I put together a list of the things that volunteers could help out with, and the Boys and Girls Club is volunteering, and that was one of the activities. So hopefully we'll have someone to do that.
Yeah, that was great. And I think it worked out well. I reached, the vendors and organizations, whoever's hosting an activity, I reached out to each one of them ahead of time if there were any supplies or volunteers. And then we sent some volunteers to some of the other people that were hosting activities, and that was helpful too.
Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great experience, and it's you won't regret doing it. We take pictures and post them too.
So we need to do the scavenger hunt, and we're doing the traditional style hunt again this year. I have previous ones. Actually, I don't have, some of them I didn't make, so I don't have like the original document, but I'm gonna scan them. And I'm just gonna send them out to everyone, and whoever's interested, you know, you can just circle the ones you like, or submit a question you suggest. Mainly what I wanna do is get them to interact with that space in the park, something natural, and with some of the organizations that are gonna be there. You know, like the state park and curb in some way, so, and not do the exact same thing we've done before, even though the kids will be totally different from 5 years ago that we'll get, but I think instead of like one or two people trying to write the whole thing, I'll send it out to everyone, and I know the same few of you that will provide input, but I think we have a lot to work with from past ones. And even a lot of what we did last year would be great to incorporate this year, so. And then, so I'll get that out this week. That's me. And then, like I said, the other activities is the various participating organizations. So we put out if they want to sponsor an activity. And a lot of them have said yes, some new ones this year. So Ron will create the list, and then I will make the signs for the activities so that they're uniform for the event, and then, and see if there's anything we can loan them. We can loan clipboards, we have chalk, we have paints, we have a lot of supplies we can loan for their activities. So I always like to call way ahead before they start buying anything, so. And I think it works out better than us trying to run activities when it takes all of us just to run the table, really.
And I'm working on what I'm going to say. I'm starting to start writing it out for the MOC.
Yeah. You do a great job with that.
Well,
you like to talk. You like to talk.
I'm learning over the years. I know what this means, and I know what this means.
And that's it. I mean, it's shaping up pretty good. I haven't gotten word on if we can get any giveaway merchandise.
Are we serving beer again this year?
I have not gotten word from Mash Monkeys yet.
Oh, if it's from Mash Monkeys, I would say yes. If it's just from Mash Monkeys.
What?
Well, I know Derek down there, so he would definitely want to do it.
They have not confirmed yet.
Oh, okay. I'll call them tomorrow then, because everybody liked that.
Yeah, Periodolo isn't going to be able to.
Okay.
But there's just a bunch of other events that weekend, so a lot of them are already promised to other areas. So I have not gotten a confirmation from Derek yet. So I do not know.
Okay.
I think it went great last year. I'm not opposed to it at all, but I'm not going to chase him down either. So
I'll get with him tomorrow. He's the vice president of our local Rotary, so I'll see him real soon.
And that's everything.
On the back, you have the living docks on the last page to assess what we did last year with the wraps on the twin piers. And then I guess we're supposed to go out on Jeff's boat and take a look at all that.
Well, he's out of town. He's in the Keys working right now. That's why he's not here.
But when he comes back.
Yeah. Thomas and I did that last time. That's something that Thomas is actually, he knows more about assessing oysters than any of us. So that's really him and Dr. Carrier on that. And we just have to figure it out before the event, you know, where we're going to do it and get an idea of how successful the ones from last year were. But we'll figure that out. We have a few weeks to figure it out. Volunteers, Ruth, I think we've gotten a great feedback so far. We have some great groups that are going to participate, and I'm sure we usually can count on Charter Middle School to send some people as well. It was a little tricky last year with COVID restrictions on getting volunteers from some organizations because higher up, they were told not to participate in volunteer events, so.
I have not reached out to the Charter Middle School, but Kima has said that she will be there as the person that we just had as a presenter. So she said she would be there and bring some of her Eco Troupe. So we have those volunteers as well as the Boys and Girls Club.
Great.
Should I reach out to the middle school? I think
I mean, they're required to do a certain number of hours. So it's worth reaching out to them because those kids need to get some hours when they come out. I mean, one year we had like 3 of them, but they were dedicated. One of them ran, 2 of them ran activities, and they did a great job, so.
If you have a contact, would you please email it to me?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And we'll be having scheduling some volunteer events to make seed packets and fall brochures.
Yay. Those seed packets, people love them things. You know, they work good.
Yeah. And I don't know if the Master Gardeners want to do the folders again, but people love those. They went really well. So people have called me and said, I have this folder and it says I should do this, but how should I do that? And then I'll explain it to them. But so, I mean, it means they're holding on to it and they're asking questions, so.
And I think the whole theme is definitely we're pushing the Sustainable Sebastian initiative. So everything I'm going to talk about on stage is going to have Sustainable Sebastian tied to it one way or the other. So every word coming out of my mouth is sustainable this, sustainable that. And,
We can throw out some environmental trivia too.
Yeah, yep. Okay. All right. Is there anything else we need to discuss on there?
That's it. Just keep checking your emails. I'll be sending out stuff asking for volunteers or feedback or input on something. So I apologize ahead of time that you might get like 5 emails in a day. So
You don't have to apologize for anything, Ms. Hagler. You do just a fantastic job. Well, I've enjoyed and it's been an honor working with you. Are there any additional comments from anybody online? Okay, any additional comments in-house?
I just want to suggest that you make the half flyer. I see on here that you're going to make half flyers.
Yeah.
And we have 2 art shows before that, so we can certainly hand them out at the art shows if you give me a stack of them.
yeah, absolutely. Didn't we do, oh, you guys did one and you just included the, okay,
We did
got it.
one about the Lagoon art show.
And we can make, I can use the same template and make one like
Yeah.
that for you guys for that.
Yeah.
Make it more art show oriented for you to hand out?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. Use the
Okay.
same background and just print them out in half size for you so you can hand them out?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I make them half size for the schools, but actually they put it in digital backpack now. We don't even have to deliver them.
Wow.
But we will deliver them to 2 of the preschools in the area. We did.
Anything else, Ms. Ware?
Nope.
Thank you very much. Any additional comments from anybody? Okay, without any additional comments, we'll move on to item 9, member matters, and we'll start online. And Alexandra? Anybody online? Dr. Carter or Dr. Mosblick? Member matters?
Nope, nothing from me. Thanks, though.
Nothing here, thank you.
Okay, nobody online. In-house, we'll start down here with Tom.
I have nothing today.
Ms. Ware?
Nope.
Okay.
Covered it.
The only thing I got, a couple things. We had a speaker last month speak about the manatees. I checked in with Fish and Wildlife. It is considered a mortality event because they had so many of them die. But it looks like Fish and Wildlife, they've come out with a new feeding program and they're trying to do something about it. And it looks like maybe twice as many died this year than last year from basically what I can see. A lot of it has to do with they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. The power plants have all shut down the hot water, the seagrass has died off, the lagoon is polluted. Our manatees around here are faring a little bit better. We have a C+ rating in our lagoon. It may reflect on what we've been doing for the last few years and reflect on the general area and the general attitude of the people. We've been working really hard on this for the last 5 years, so our particular area may not be as substantially impacted. Plus, we just had a tough freeze. So the manatees are taking a beating, and the fish and wildlife people have recognized it as a high mortality incident, as well as there's also a mortality incident with the bird population here. There's a highly contagious avian flu is going through the local bird population. So if you see birds that are down, ones that you don't normally see, they may be suffering from basically the bird flu. It's very contagious to the birds, but they haven't found a transmittable to humans yet. Fish and Wildlife is also on that, and they're putting out reports on that on a daily basis, and they have teams in Broward and St. Lucie County right now.
My family went to the Brevard Zoo last weekend, and they actually had all of the bird species were inside. They've housed them all inside to keep them away from the native birds around the zoo. So I guess it's the first I had heard of it. So I guess it's pretty severe. So we'll keep an eye out as that progresses. Or
Mother Nature has laws that cannot be avoided. She says to do it one way, and you're going to do it, and she doesn't have any favorites. The young baby, just like the old person, are all going to get run over by the avalanche. And you got to do things and live within Mother Nature, or she'll make you pay. Other than that, everybody knows we got the incident in Europe right now. It's just crazy. I like to send my thoughts out to those people. Just take a moment. And of course, we all like to say, screw Russia. And that's about all I got to have for Member Matters. We'll move on to item 10, Staff Matters. Any staff out back? No? Okay, we'll move on to item 11, items for next agenda. Earth Day event planning wrap-up. That's what we'll be talking about on the next agenda.
well, it's our last one before the event, so that's pretty
We
much
have one meeting left.
pretty much it.
That's it. Okay, then if there are any other, oh wait, I got one more thing. Alexandra, you had talked about doing a documentary, and if you want to discuss it with the Rotary Club, we got you a grant to start working with it, and I got you a team. So you got some people that want to work with you on it. So you got some money there. If you want to pursue it a little bit further on your own time, you can.
Who do I
That's
talk to?
off
get
agenda
that
to
going?
discuss, but you're off agenda,
Yeah,
so
I
you
know.
can't discuss that now.
Okay.
But you can email
okay.
to me, and I can forward it to Alessandra, the information, okay?
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it very much. Yes, wonderful.
Okay. And then that's it for my member matters. Staff matters we spoke about, items for next agenda. And then if I can get a motion for adjournment,
I'll move a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
and we will adjourn this meeting.